Scott, this was your first time out there today, so let's start with you. What kind of stood out to you? Obviously, we were very far away again, but
Yeah.
what stood out to you observing this coaching staff and their practice for the first time?
Yeah. When I was able to get a good vantage point, and one of the things I guess I noticed is how much they're really focusing on making sure Baker Mayfield, number one, is ready. And in case Keenum, your frontline guys are going to get the most reps in a camp no matter what, but it just seemed kind of exaggerated. I saw Kevin Davidson, the undrafted free agent quarterback, kind of playing catch with Garrett Gilbert most of the day. Gilbert got a couple reps in there, but really it was kind of heavy on Baker and making sure that he's up to speed. And when you only got a few weeks to go, I'm sure they're getting kind of a crash course in making sure those two are ready. And really, it makes sense not to have those bottom of the depth chart quarterbacks getting many reps at this point because there's no preseason games to get them ready for. They're pretty much emergency. You're hoping they're absorbing stuff in the meetings, but right now camp just seems to be all about Baker Mayfield making sure he's ready.
Yeah, I think that in the first couple of days, there are a couple of things that are starting to stand out to me a little bit. One of the things that I've noticed in the first 2 days is Kareem Hunt really looks ready to go. I mean, he looks hungry. He looks fast. In fact, I think the whole team looks bigger, faster, stronger. Just physically and speed wise, I think you're seeing a young, fast, and strong football team. Kareem Hunt looks amazing so far. They've got a really good problem on their hands with two really good running backs. And of course, Kareem will be used a lot in the passing game. That's a way to get both of those guys on the field and to divide up that workload. Odell Beckham Jr., he's practicing. I mean, he didn't practice much last summer. So it's nice to see him out there practicing. And, whenever Odell practices, you're going to have the one-handed catch. We had it today. Really nice play by Odell. And it's also good to see him coming back from a core muscle surgery and be able to make those kind of plays and just kind of like throw his body out there and not be tentative or anything like that.
And I know you guys have been there for both of them, but I certainly didn't come away from today's practice thinking about how Joel Bitonio was playing in between two rookies on the offensive line. Afterwards, he even said if you had told him before this that Jedrick Wills had played left tackle in college, he would have believed you because he's kind of, from a technique standpoint, he seems to have made a smooth transition so far. So that's a positive to come out of these first 2 days for sure.
Right, and Mary Kay, you and I spotted when we were walking off the field, Jedrick Wills and Olivier Vernon working together after everyone had sort of parted ways. They were off on the side kind of working together. So it's good to see them getting that work and getting Jedrick ready to go over at left tackle and having to work against a guy like Olivier Vernon. He doesn't get Myles Garrett yet, but that's going to come soon enough.
It's interesting that they only have like 14 practices to get this together before, really 14 padded practices before they can take this on the road and put it up against the Baltimore Ravens. It just boggles my mind because at this point in a normal year, they would have installed everything. They would be trying new things, different things. They would be on their second installation of things. And these guys are really just doing basic things such as trying to get Jedrick Wills to be able to play left tackle for the first time in his career. I mean, it's just bizarre what they have to compress into such a short time frame. And I think they're doing a good job. The practices are very efficient. They're moving very quickly. They're not wasting any time on their reps. They are doing a good job of trying to not only get the starters ready, Dan, like you mentioned, but also to get the backups ready because anybody can leave with COVID at any moment. And it's moving at a good clip. And I'm very anxious to see the pads go on tomorrow.